Bow, 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 bow. DTF in the house. Sorry for the late start, y'all. I forgot to make the coffee. Had to get that shit going. It's brewing right now. I'm about to go grab me a fucking cup. You already know. How's it going, everybody? DTF in the place to be. Oh, it's loading. It's loading on me, y'all. Shit. Come on, bitch. Gotta love the slowness. Maybe. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. What's going on, everybody? Okay, hold on here. Why is this not going here? Technical difficulties. There we go. What's going on here? There we go. Okay. Slideshow. Maybe. How's everybody doing today? Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Bow, bow, bow. What's good, everybody? What the heck is good? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope we're all doing good on this Sunday. I am about to turn off the fan here. What up, Dad Marino? What's good, son? Happy Sunday, brother. Happy Sunday. I'm about to start sharing this out and stuff here today. DTF & Co.'s Ohio Grow Show number 10. Hosted by yours truly, DTF. We're running 10 minutes behind, about 5 minutes behind, but no big deal. Special thanks and shout outs to Cultigen Seco, PNW Cultivar, and Dab Marino. What up, brother? They have supported giveaways in the past, and they're fucking great people. Most importantly, thank you to everybody here. Thank you to all watching. Appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe, comment, everything. You already know. I'm about to do the same here. Everybody come big chill up. We're gonna get some dabs ready here. We're about to get some coffee ready here, and we're about to just chill for a little bit. About to just chill. And that's really what's on the agenda. We're going to be talking about some Beginners Breeders Project 2025. Today is now the beginning of week 4 of flower for the skunk number 1 preservation run. And now we can see signs of sex. All signs of sex are being shown. I can see completely which ones are female and which one are male. So today we're going to be looking at some male plants and some female plants. We're going to be talking about the differences in those male plants and those female plants. We're going to be speaking about why I like some of the male plants, why I like some of the female plants, or what I'm worried about in regard to passing on some of their genetics. Like, oh, okay, is this one too dense? Oh, okay, this one's too tall. Because for me right now, one of my biggest concerns, and actually Chad Westport made me think about this too, because he specifically has a goal of breeding with the indoor grower in mind. So he has to make sure he's making all of his cultivars with a height cap, because you know most people grow in tents. So that's something that has to be determined and something that has to be thought about. And the skunk number 1 cultivar typically is one that stretches a lot, and it's typically it's a longer flowering time too. And this goes to show, and it's more apparent because of its lineage. So we've talked about this before too, but the skunk number 1 has its origins and its lineage rooted in equatorial places, so places that have more sun for prolonged periods of times in comparison to like the Midwest or something. So that's something to take into consideration, because 1, I'm growing indoors. 2, I have a ceiling cap of about not even 6 foot, maybe exactly 6 foot, but it might be a little bit less than that. So I know that some of these I'm definitely going to be wanting to watch and select through to not get ones that are too tall, because then I'm going to have a lot of problems, or it's going to require a lot of training and whatnot, but we'll get there. But yeah, that's what we got going on today. Topics today, like I said, we're going to be catching up on events, the week. We're going to be talking about the Beginners Breeders Project a little bit, which is essentially just the skunk number 1, phase 1. And we're fucking big smoking, y'all. We're big smoking. Do me a huge fucking solid. Do me a huge solid. Whatever you got, roll it up, load it up, smoke it up, and let's fucking do this, son. It is time to smoke, man. I haven't fucking hit a dab since this morning. I've been waiting. I was like, I'm gonna wait for the fucking live. I'm about to smack this dab like a fucking shit, son, like a roller coaster. About to take me on a ride. Also, side note, do me a quick favor and share this out, y'all. Give me a huge share. Give me a share. Tell other people. Tell your friends. Tell your mama. Your grandmama. Tell them all. DtF's in this bitch. It's 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So it's time to smoke and fucking drink some coffee. Let's fucking do this. Okay, that's enough of my little spiel for now. I gotta actually get my dabs and my coffee, so once again, y'all, get your stuff ready. Let's get this shit loaded up, then we're gonna get started with the presentation. I'm smoking on some stuff called, well, I'm about to be when I get it loaded up here. Gonna be smoking on some stuff I got called Black Maple, and it's a premium hash rosin jam. I was kind of like, what the fuck's a hash rosin jam? But as soon as I opened it, smelled it, and started smoking it, I was like, I don't give a fuck what this is. Just give it to me. Shit. I was like, this is fucking good. How's everybody's week been, though? Everybody have a good week? Oh, hey. Listen, today is actually Palm Sunday, y'all. So, listen, if you celebrate it, and if you're a Christian, happy Palm Sunday. We got Easter coming up next week. And if you're not, that's okay, too. One love to y'all. So, have a great day, y'all. Just wanted to shout that out real quick. Alright, got that shared on my story. Hey, share it up on the Discord, share it up on your Facebook, share it up on fucking Instagram, share it up on X, share it up on Instagram threads. All of that. We got this shit pop locking and dropping. Oh yeah. Sorry about the past 2 weeks, guys. I've been trying to be on it and shit. Just been slacking a little bit. We'll get that fixed next week here, promise. Promise. Alright, so we want to make sure everybody's getting a freaking chance. Let me see this. Bam, bam, bam. So yeah, that's what we got going on. This is the skunk number 1 parent 10. And this one right here is probably the smallest one. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And I'm just also just kind of talking about this real quick while I am going through here and sending out some invite stuff. Oh shit, you guys. 420's coming up. Who got big plans? Anybody got some big 420 plans coming up? I'll tell you what I'm about to do. I'm about to smoke good. I'm about to eat good. I'm about to fucking chill. That's all I'm doing. That is all I'm doing. But yeah, we're about to send out a couple more of these and I'm done. Alright, there we go. Bam. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, we got Aaron, we got Skunky. Oh yeah, Dab, you just pulled up at home. Good shit, brother. Perfect timing then. Yo, 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 Skunk. What's good? Load that shit up, man. Load that shit up, dude. Share it out. Like it up. Load it up. All that. Because that's what the fuck time it is. That is what time it is, indeed. Oh shit, Smoke a Lot of Potamus. What's good, bro? What is good with you? How are you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well, brother. We're about to actually smoke a lot of pot, and we're about to talk about these skunk projects here. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. And from there, we're just going to chill. So, let me go. Let me grab my dabs quick. It'll take me like 2 seconds. Let me turn off this fan so you guys don't hear it. Bam, bam, bam. What's good, y'all? I'm coming. Bam. What's up, motherfucker? Okay, I'm back, y'all. I got the coffee. I got the kush. Mission accomplished. We don't gotta get him next time. Because we got him now. Shit. Alright. My bad about that one, y'all. My bad. We're back in business. Sick today. Damn, son. I'm sorry to hear that. Do some baby dabs. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No, yeah, you're good, Skunky. I'm here, brother. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, brother? Went and grabbed a free frap and then a cookie toe. Hell yeah, Dad. That's what I'm talking about. Skunky. I'm here, dog. I'm here. I'm just like, I got my dabs and I got my coffee, so I'm rocking and rolling. Tell everybody come join. Alright, no more fucking around. Cushion Coffee, one of the best duos, period. Man, see, you speak my language, Smoke a Lot of Potamus. You speak my motherfucking language, dog. That's exactly what I'm saying. I think, I don't know if you guys like rap or not, but when I was like fucking, a little bit younger here, when I first started smoking, like 21, 22, the rapper Problem, he had actually like some brand. It was Coffee and Kush. This motherfucker made coffee mugs with fucking bowl pieces in them, so like you'd have like your handle on the mug, and then like the handle would come down and come out like in front of the coffee mugs, and then you just pack that in front of there, and then inside the handle was like the carburetor and like the piece that you hit out of, dude. So like it was seriously Coffee and Kush every day. It was sick as fuck, dude. And then my fucking I can't remember if my stepdad dropped it or if I dropped it, but fucking bitch got broke and I was very upset. Very, very upset. The only bad thing about it was that it was kind of hard to clean. But besides that, dude, it was fucking sick. You just sit there, fucking drink coffee, and smoke out of the fucking handle of it. Good times. What we smoking on today, guys? I got that black maple hash rosin jam. Oh shit, man. Woo! Man, I wish this fucking microphone had one of those nose sensors, dude. Oh man, it smells like some fucking it smells like really, 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 really like pungent gas, but like in such a like sweet sensation that it makes like your nose hair tingles, like when you inhale it, like woo. Yeah, boy, that's fucking fire. It smells good is what I'm getting at. Smells real fucking good. A cereal bowl, hell yeah, bro. That's what's up. Yeah, the smell-o-vision. The smell-o-vision, yeah. Oh shit. Alright, I'm done bullshitting, y'all. Let's hit this and get rocking. Oh shit. We're gonna do a nice little hit here. I gotta chill the fuck out, dude, because I be taking too big of dabs sometimes and fucking kind of smoking these a bit too fast. I really need to slow down. If I'm being honest with you. And then again, fuck it. Fuck it. Technically, it's just a day to chill, so what the fuck am I talking about? There ain't nothing to chill for. I'm gonna keep smoking this shit. I really did wait for you guys, though, to smoke this. I smoked like one hit this morning and shit, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till I get to live to be smacking this bitch. But you hear that? It's cheers. Cheers, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Smoking at about 483 degrees Fahrenheit. Got the timer in about 60 seconds for my Focus V carded too. Hitting absolutely magnificently. Fucking dab hit got me. I can't even talk. You guys ever hit like a dab or take such like a big hit or something? You feel like you can't fucking breathe. It takes your breath away. That's how the dabs get me sometimes. Alright, that was a mini little hit, and there's still some in there where I can warm this bitch back up here in about 20-30 minutes. We're good to go. Alright, so let's get down to business. Beginners Breeders Project BBP 2025. This is the phase 1 of multiple phase project with the end goal of having keeper cuts of the Skunk Number 1 by Authentic Genetic Seed Co., the Northern Lights, and the Steve Murphy's Pure Afghani, all from Authentic Genetic Seed Co., all with the same end goal of finding keeper cuts and using these to then start outcrossing with. Specifically to start outcrossing them with my own crosses that I've done. But then that then goes into phase 2 of the Beginners Breeders Project, which is then I have to go through all of my seeds of my crosses that I made, and I have to start doing my selections in the stability crosses to pull out traits that I don't want and to put traits in that I do want. And that's another reason why we're talking about this stuff today too, because that selection process of traits that I do and I do not want, that also is being enacted, and it plays a part in this Skunk Number 1 project as well. Well, the first phase of each of the phase 1 projects for the Skunk Number 1, Northern Lights, and for the Afghani is to all increase the amount of seeds that I have in comparison to what I started with, because when you buy a pack from when you buy seeds, when you buy those, they typically come in 12, 6. Some people sell 10. You can sometimes get people to sell in quantities, but specifically for these skunk number ones, they came in a 10 pack. So I popped all 10 seeds. As of right now, there is 6 plants left. 3 of which kind of just haphazardly died. I mean, it was really me just neglecting them. I've been really putting them through the ringer, and they can really withstand some drought, and they can really withstand some just extreme heat, and I'm very surprised and proud of these plants. And yes, they're very small, but take note, I had these in red solo cups up until last week, and then I transplanted them into 1 gallon pots. On some of these, you're going to see substantial growth. On skunk number 1 parent 10, you can see that this one is actually quite lacking in terms of height. But the only reason that it's lacking in the height is simply because of the fact that, also I just adjusted my microphone a little bit. I heard it was running a little bit weird in my headset, so if that's too low, please just let me know. I can try to either speak up or I can readjust the settings. The reason, in part, that this one right here is so short is because I already took this one and I actually cloned it, and you can actually you can kind of see where I cloned it at, really. If you look real close. Here, I'm readjusting my mic stand here. Funny story. My fucking mic stand is just a fucking is a fucking bong I don't use. I just got it right here. I was like, damn, bro, I don't got a mic stand. Oh, fuck. What am I gonna do? I was like, boom, boom. Idea. Light bulb. I'm gonna use this fucking bong. Sorry, that was a side note. But if you look right here in this right hand picture, you can see right there, smack dab in the middle, there's kind of like an area where it's like, man, why is there like no growth right there? Well, it's not because I trained it, and the only reason that other one has been over like that is because when I was picking it up, it fucking snapped on me when it rubbed against the side of the tote that I had it in and stuff, because I take these right here and I put all 6 of them inside of the this basically blue container, 55 gallon tote, like those ones you get from Walmart with a lid. It was one of those, and I was like, damn, how can I water these without just getting water everywhere? And I was like, shit, I'll just use this tote. So it's kind of like a water runoff reservoir, really. But yeah, I put them all in there, and I guess I just grabbed it too aggressively, and it kind of just smacked that thing, and that's why that one is bent all to the side, like I was low stress training it. But my goal was to not stress train any of these, not to top them or anything. And the idea of that was I wanted to see the natural morphology of the plant. I wanted to see how dense the foliage is. I wanted to see how tall it gets. I wanted to see the internodal spacing. I wanted to see, like I said, the leaf foliage. Like if they have, really big fan leaves. Like, do I really want that? No, probably not. Does it have super compact, short, dense foliage where it's like, damn, there's no air circulation that's going to be able to penetrate that, and that's going to create a lot of humidity because plants resting on top of each other, not having that correct air movement, that creates just basically stale moisture because it's resting on top of each other. It's like when you have your palms closed together. If you have them closed together long enough, the body heat is going to be produced from you holding your hands together, and it's going to start to get kind of sweaty. When you pull your hands away, they'll feel a little bit moist. It's the same concept with the leaves being on top of each other. So you don't really, for my purposes, I don't really want too much dense foliage like that. And here, sorry guys, I just fucking started ranting and raving. I never even checked to see if you guys said the sound was good. That's how you know it was a good dab. Oh, bro, I'm faded, son. I'm fucking absolutely faded. Sometimes a bit too much, but we're gonna rock and roll. I'll get it right. I promise I'll get it right. Thank you guys for tuning in if you're here tuning in. And I appreciate you guys. I know I gotta get better time slots. There's a lot of people that go live and shit, man. So, like I think Token Tom's live right now and stuff too. So make sure you go check him out as well. Shout out to Token Tom. But yes, so this one right here I took a clone of, so it's a little bit shorter. You can see on the left hand side that circled markup right in the smack dab middle. There's like this white thing sticking out, that little white hair. That's not a dog hair. I do have animals. I do have dogs, or a dog, and I have cats, but that is actually a pistil sticking out. So this is a female plant. This one was probably one of the shortest, and once again it's because it was cloned already, and I took off it was an apical branch, which just means the dominant branch that was cloned. So that's contributed to the short stature. And I'd like to do two nose or like smell tests basically. So I do a stem rub and I do just a regular nose, just trying to, sniff it, see if I can smell anything. So the stem rub that I did, it was really gassy, and there was just a hint of like chlorophyll smell on the back end. And then the nose smell, it's way too early. So right now it's still smelling like just like a straight up plant, like chlorophyll. So this is one of the males. If you've never seen a male plant, this is a male plant in the beginning or early stages of flowering. This is the skunk number 1, parent number 9. Remember, there was 10 seeds, but only 6 remain. So, that's why this is named parent number 9, because it was the 9th seed that I labeled, or pheno number 9. And but the P really does stand for parent number 9, because this is the original OG parents. Like, this is gonna be the parents of all the my future skunk selections and my future skunk like seeds and all that. So once these seeds are being made, and the next generation, I collect the seeds and I pop those. Well, now it's not P1 through 10. It's now F1 through 10, or however many seeds I got, because it's the first generation of offspring. So you call it F1. So yeah, so we'll get into more of that when it's time. That's like nomenclature, which is essentially just nomenclature. Just means it's words or abbreviations or terminology to help keep track and to keep knowledge in short term, not having to write everything out. So we'll talk about that when the time comes. But parent number 9 is a male plant. For whatever reason, it seems to be, from what I've seen and from what other people that I've talked to have told me, and just from watching videos and from hearing other people speak, it seems that males always end up being the ones that were the super vigorous and the super potent and the super everything. Like, it always turns out your best plant turns out to be a male. So this was definitely one of the keeper veg ones. I was like, damn, I took note of it. It was producing, like, it was just, it was growing. It was very graceful in its growth, and in flower here you can still clearly see it's very graceful and growing. It's very, very tall in comparison to this last one. I mean, just look at it. It has a really, really, really good internodal stacking. I like that internodal stacking. I like that it's not compact. But if you look down at the lower new growth, it's super compact and super dense. So you can kind of get an idea of two different areas, of two different traits that are going on within the plant, which is obviously the height of it. It has a little bit taller height than this one. And then also, it's a male. So, pretty cool. So stem rub, this one actually had a really, really pungent smell, but then it had like this mint smell at the end. I was like, what the fuck? When I was rubbing the stem. And then the nose, just super chlorophyll. Nothing too fancy on that. The apical branch was really tall, and this thing just seems to keep stretching. And yeah, so the lower new growth was very dense and compact. I don't like that. Since this is going on to about week 4 of flower, and that's a rough guesstimate, because I got to go back and look at my notes here. But these pollen sacs that you see that are circled, those are what produces the pollen. So when that releases, that'll float in the air through the wind, and then it's gonna place itself on the pistils of the female plants. And then when it does that, when you have buds that are growing towards the end of the harvest, and they're starting to turn like from white to orange or whatever color it turns because of the genetics. Well, when a plant is produced, when a female plant receives pollen, those pistils will actually turn orange prematurely and early, because the plant has received the signal or received the pollen, and it realizes now, it knows, oh, it's time to start producing all of the hormones and all of the processes and the facilities that the plant and its cells have to go through to make seeds. So now it's doing a different process than what it typically would do if it didn't receive the pollen. So that's one thing that maybe you can take as a note or a hint to, if you have intermixed plants going on like I do sometimes with feminized and regular seeds going on, where sometimes you maybe don't have the room to separate or take the time to take clones and clone those ones out in our already flower room and see if it's like you can like Colton was telling me this, you can prematurely go and take clones of all your plants and veg if they're all regular, and then you can take those clones and flip those clones to flower, and then when you flip those clones to flower, if you're not doing any breeding or anything, all you need to do is just wait long enough to see if it turns into a male or a female plant. Make sure it's marked correctly to the correct plant that's still in veg, and then if you don't want the males, you just call out the males and do that. Well, if you don't have room to do that, that's understandable. Having the pollen get to places you don't want, that's detrimental. You do not want that. You do not want that. You do not want that. So the reason I'm telling you about this little tidbit about the pistil turning colors early is because if you don't have the room to do all that, you can just kind of look and see within week 1 to 3 of flower, oh, 1, you need to look for these pollen sacs. 2, if you don't know what the pollen sacs look like, or you have a hermaphrodite that it has the female and the male parts, look to make sure none of your plants have these orange pistils turning orange, these orange pistils turning early. If you have pistils turning orange within the first 3 weeks, either your light's too close or you have pollen in there that's touching those. I mean, there could be other reasons too, but we're specifically talking about breeding and pollen and stuff, so that's why I'm mentioning this. So that's just my tangent or side note for this one. Male plant looking great, phenomenal. It has really just phenomenal growth. I'm kind of sad it's not a female plant, but once again, none of this stuff is really that important, other than the fact that I need these males to survive, and I need to get this pollen to get onto the females so I can have more seeds. And then those seeds will also be gone through, and those will also be we'll keep going. Skunk number 1, parent 8. This is a female. As you can see, she's looking way better than this last fucking female plant. Very vigorous. This one I liked and I wanted to count because it had 10 nodes on the apical branch. So that tallest node right there, that had 10 separate nodes on it from the bottom to the top. And that's not the nodes is just like if you look at the right hand picture at the very top where you can see the white pistils, that's like the top node. And then if you go right below that to the next set of bud sites, that's the second node, and then so on and so forth. So you just count those, and then there was 10 on this one, and it was just, I liked it. Pretty low foliage and a good number of bud sites. Now this is something I took note of because, like I was saying earlier, I don't want to have too much compact dense foliage because of the problem of air circulation, and then that creating problems with moisture and powdery mildew, and then attracting insect so like it's just a cascading effect of things that you do not want to happen, and I don't want to happen. So I'm taking note of that now because I think Colton was telling me this, and I've just been watching videos, and I have been watching videos about just stuff like this in general for a while, and I'm sure a lot of you have too. So you probably just hear stuff from the multitude and the wealth of knowledge that there is out there. But I've also heard that fuck, dude. Hold on, we're taking a sip of coffee. That was a brain fart moment. Coffee time. We'll sip coffee real quick and act like I was. I'm back. I'm good. Hold on. Alright, man. I had a complete moment right there where we're just gonna call that a stoner moment. I was completely in the middle of talking and just lost my train of thought like a freaking I don't even know, dude. Oh shit. Anyway, let's run it back. Female plant, 10 nodes on the apical branch. And the apical branch is the main branch, the tallest branch. Low foliage, good number of bud sites. Oh, I remember what the fuck I was saying. Cultigen. Cultigen was telling me, and from watching videos, I remembered you want to take note of this type of stuff because when you go to selectively breed, which this is not, this skunk pollination that I'm doing is a preservation and a conservation run. I want to increase my seed numbers. When I do go to do selective breeding, you should take two complete opposites and cross those together to see what you get, because essentially if you have a super tall plant and a super short plant, that's two different traits. So you cross those together, maybe you'll pull out some different recessive traits that you can't get from two that look really similar. So that was what I was going to say, and that's what I had a brain fart about. Super dumb thing to have a brain fart about. Narrow leaf, jagged edges, very indicative of its equatorial origins. If we remember, the skunk number 1 was Acapulco Gold crossed to a Colombian land race and another variation of a gold strain, I forget. Stem rub, slight gas. The nose wasn't really there, so really too early to tell for that. Look at this one. Look at this. Hold on. Let's just appreciate this real quick. So let's look at this male. Oh yeah, that's nice. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this beast of a plant. Skunk number 1, parent fucking 7, dude. Look how fucking tall it is. It's still growing. I promise you, dude, I fed it last night. I fed it Build-A-Bloom. Shout out Build-A-Soil. They got great stuff. I'm not sponsored by them, but I bought their stuff a few different times. I got the EM, the Formula EM5. That stuff's like a really good. Just it's a cleaner, but it's all organic, and it's also something you can use with your plants too. So check it out if that's something you're interested in. But the Build-A-Bloom I got, it's a 2:10, I think 5 ratio of NPK, which is nitrogen, potassium, or nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, because K is potassium. But look, I mean, just look at this, dude. I don't know if it's just gonna keep growing like this, but I fed it last night with that combined, the Build-A-Bloom combined with a compost tea, and it's fucking killing it, dude. So as you can see, on the right hand side, the apical stem is that fucking tall one on the very right. Those other branches on the left side of it that are a bit shorter, probably about half the height of that apical branch, dude, those motherfuckers are taller than like every single one of the other plants combined. Like the skunk number 1 parent 10 through 6, most of them don't even reach the height of the shortest branches on the parent 7 right here. So I really like this one. Super vigorous, super tall, really great amount of bud sites, and then also on top of that has really great internodal spacing. If you look, you can really see that on the right picture. It's just really nice. It's not too compact, not too short. But yeah, this one is killing it. Stem rub, it wasn't really there with the stem rub. I didn't really smell anything. Still too early to tell. So, how many males do we have? We have 2 males, so let's compare the 2 males. This was male number 1. This is parent 9. As you can see, it's not as tall as this other one. This one has the really compact and dense lower growth. Not really anything too pretty. in comparison to this one, obviously this is a better male, I think. Once again, I'm still new though, so what do I know? But yeah, I really appreciate the fact that they're just so different. And it's something to take note of because, sorry, I keep hitting my hat on the mic, but it's time for a coffee break. Sip some coffee. Gonna be getting a few more learning things up on here soon, like some actual lessons. Just was taking a break for a little bit here, wanting to talk about some of this stuff. But yeah, dude, we got female 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. So we got 2 males, and we got We got 4 males. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, skunk number 1, parents or pheno 6, parent 6. This was the fucking burnt rubber pheno that I was super excited about. Female 2, you can kind of see the pistol hairs over here on the left hand side. Had a really gassy stem rub. Then towards the end, you kind of feel like, oh damn, am I having a stroke? Because you really do smell something burnt, and that's wild. I've never smelt that before, so it was very unique smelling it the first time. I think it was last week. I noticed it when I was transplanting. I was ripping off some leaves because they were a little bit drought. They just were droughted up. They were dried up. I took a couple leaves off that were dried up, and then when I pulled those leaves off, and I went to like put them down, I just got this like giant whiff of like, what the fuck, and it made me like do a double take. Stem rubbed it again. I smelled it. I was like, huh? And then ripped the leaf off again and kind of like smushed it around in my fingers, and that's when I smelled that burnt rubber smell, and I was like, oh shit, dude. So I'm really excited to see what's going to become of this one, because this is a female. I have been thinking about, and I want to do a separation. I do want to do an open pollination, but then again, I was thinking, damn, what if I do an open pollination and I get pollen everywhere, like, and then it gets like all over my clothes, and then I pollinate shit that I don't want to pollinate. So like, trying to figure out what to do in regard to that. I'm thinking about taking the females and separating the males, and then collecting pollen from the males, and then using that pollen to pollinate the females. So gonna figure that out here. Really just depends. Parent 6 here. Really good stacking or internodal spacing. There wasn't too much dense foliage except towards the bottom there. Not too large of fan leaves. Okay, so this is skunk number 1, parent 5. She's a female. You can see the pistils on the left hand side circled. This one's just kind of pretty average. She's just chilling. Not too big, not too short. Not too much foliage. I mean, there's a decent amount, but nothing too bad. So for parent 5 here, I got my notes in front of me. This one had Really, it had more bud sites and a little bit more foliage than parent 10. But there were 7 internodes. Or not 7 internodes. There's 7 nodes on the dominant stem. They're larger. These fan leaves of this one were a little bit larger. Hey, this stem. Okay, I like this stem rub too. This stem rub right here, it had a bit of a zesty, which if you ever had like a lemon, that's kind of like the lemon rind is a little bit like zesty, or whatever. It was like that, but then it had like this pepper. Man, it's hard to describe. It had like this. It was something. I don't want to say spicy, dude. I guess I want to say spicy, but I'm not sure if that's the correct terminology. Let's just stick with zesty. It was zesty and then peppery when I did the stem rub, and I was like, well, that's really unique too. So I like that. This one did kind of have a nose on it. It kind of had a pungent nose. Nothing major. It was more of just slight, but it definitely had like you smelled it a little bit, and you're like, huh, it doesn't smell just like chlorophyll. So that was kind of cool to see. You can see I circled the bud site too, but that's also where the pistils are forming. Yeah, it had pretty vigorous growth. Well-spaced nodes. I mean, I had nothing to complain about with it. So once again, we're going to take these females and the males, and we're going to pollinate the males to the female, collect the seeds, save them, and then we're going to redo this whole process again, but then select for certain traits. So we're going to figure out what we like from the females in this first parent run. We're going to take note of that. Same with the males. We'll just basically do a female one. We'll do, there's four of them, so we'll do, all 4, and then there's 2 of the males, and we'll do both of those. Write down in comparison to them, how they're the same, how they're different, how they smell, all that stuff that we just talked about. And then we need to keep those notes, because then when we go through to grow out the next generation, the first generation, their offspring, we're going to have to start taking notes on them. And then we can now do comparisons to the parents. And we can say, oh, okay, this one's leaning to parent number 7, the male. Look at how tall it is. And they're like, oh, yeah, but then it's also leaning a little bit towards parent number 6 because it has that burnt rubber smell. So you get where I'm going with this. You kind of just keep doing that. Find your own personal selections that you like, and achieve your goals. That's the whole point of this. You have to have a goal, you have to have a point, you have to have a direction. And I already know what I'm doing for this phase. It's already in the process of being done. It's going to finish up with that, and then now we're going to enter phase 2, which is then growing out well, I guess it's not even phase 2, it's phase 1.B or 1B, because now we got to grow out parent or F1, first generation, which is going to be fun. I'm not sure how large of a pheno hunt we're going to do yet, so figure it out. I'm not sure. Excuse me. We'll do an update on the Chill Mints OG on the next DTF and Co's podcast next Sunday, because I just switched my other area into flower, because I have a veg area and a flower area, just because it's a little bit easier for me to manage, having to have the male plants be separate and the other ones, the females, be separate. You have to have 2 different areas, so it's good that I switched both of them to flower, because now I can take my skunk females and move them away, and not have anything be affected by too much light or too little light and stuff. So yeah, space is always the really biggest constraint, and not planning properly is also a big constraint for me. So just got to take knowledge of your weaknesses and then try to do what you can to break those down and fix them, and then implement that, and then see if that changes anything. If it doesn't, then you go back to the drawing board and keep going. And yeah, I've been having a I've been having goals. I've been trying to set each grow that I complete, that I'm like, okay, well, this went wrong or this went well. Let's try to replicate that. Let's try to do this. Let's try to do that, and let's try to improve on each grow. And that's basically what I'm trying to do. And that's what the goal basically is with this breeding at phase 1. Theoretically, is going to be the worst phase because it's the beginning. I don't know. I'm just kind of winging it. I'm going with it and figuring stuff out as I go. Phase 2, when I start going through the northern lights, that'll be a bit different. Now I already know what I need to do, and I'm gonna already know what I'm gonna be looking for because I went through and selected my skunks already. So, yeah, it's a process. It's a process. Make sure you plan stuff out. Make sure you set goals. If you're gonna start breeding, make sure you know why you're breeding. It's not. My buddy Jester, shout out to Jester. He actually had a happy accident, which is what I call my first 2 crosses, because they were accidental pollinations. It was my second grow ever. Didn't know about male plants or nothing. Didn't even know what it looked like. And it was, when I caught it, it was already too late. They had pollinated the whole room, and then I got seeds. So that started the DtF and Co's Ohio Grow Show journey, and that started the Beginners Breeders Project journey, and that started my YouTube journey, and I didn't even know it. That was at least 2 years before I even started YouTube. So that started, and that was the beginning. So accidents are okay. There's nothing wrong with that, because, you know, even mistakes are okay, because you have to go through your mistakes, and you have to go through these accidents. You have to go through the, you know, the pain of losing a good plant, the pain of losing a harvest, the pain, you know what I mean? Just the pain of life. You got to go through the pain of life to get to the good of life, or the good of the plant, you know? So take all that with a grain of salt and just keep pushing, learn from it, and go implement it into your grow. Yeah, we're gonna finish this coffee out here, guys, and I really don't have much else to say. We're gonna smack a dab, and I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out your guys' hair. I got some watering to do inside the garden today, so I gotta get that done, and I'm already getting tired too, so that's not a good sign. Coffee helps, though. So yeah, we're gonna keep on going here. We're going to take these plants, make seeds with them, and then we're gonna move on to the next part. It just takes time. Sorry if some of the stuff seems redundant or repetitive, but yeah, load up your bongs, load up your dab, let's get it. Oh shit, what up, Galaxy? Yeah, no, for sure, dude. I wouldn't spend money on testing. There's already so much stuff to spend money on, you know what I mean? And I don't want to, you know, preach and promote products or nothing like that. So, obviously, if naturally something occurs, you have to understand the pros and cons of what that opportunity entails, and what you will benefit and how you won't benefit from it. So, and if that aligns with your morals, or if that aligns with your vision for your channel, or your, you know, whatever it may be, product you're promoting or whatever, do you believe in it, like that type of stuff. So I definitely would rather just try to do it myself first before trying to rely on somebody or something else, because at the end of the day, this is just a plant. This is not ain't rocket science or nothing like that. It's a seed. You put it in the dirt, it starts to fucking grow. Once it gets done growing, sometimes it's either going to be a male or it's going to be a fucking female, and the difference you'll surely see. And bam, I mean, you keep going. You grow again, and you grow again, and you grow again. You learn. Take notes. But yeah, that's about it. This is DTF and Co.'s Ohio Grow Show. Smack a dab real quick, and then we're out of here. I appreciate everybody being here today. Tune in next week for the opportunity to be entered into a giveaway. Be a 420 giveaway, a little bit late. Wait, actually, wait, no, Sunday is 420, ain't it? Am I tripping? Oh shit, yeah, Sunday is 420. Hey, there'll be a 420 Sunday giveaway, son. So, make sure you tune in next week. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your aunt, tell your uncle, tell them all, tell your cousins, your first cousin, second, third, fourth. Tell your baby mama, tell them all. DTF and Co's Ohio Grow Show 420 giveaway. Oh, what is it, DTF? What are you giving? Come show up to the live, and you'll find out, and you'll see. But yeah, appreciate all you guys being here. Appreciate everybody always running it back with me, smoking it up, big chillin'. Gosh dang it, I'm never wearing a hat in here again. If you ever heard a little bump throughout this episode where it's that's literally when I lean down to look at my notes or to look at my phone to read a comment in the chat, and then I look down and hit the damn brim of the hat on the mic. So sorry about that. Oh, we gotta turn off this. But yeah, so that's about all I got, man. I mean, shit, dude. Load it up. What are you smoking on, Galaxy? What are you smoking on, Dab? You never told me, brother. What are you smoking on? Smoke a lot of Potamus? What are you smoking on, Spunky Steve? Oh, you're good, bro. You don't have. You're fine. You don't gotta tune in. Tune in afterwards. You can always. I'll give it a little bit. I'll give it like a day or something. People can enter in or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. What's everybody smoking on though? Real quick before we go. Once again, I'm about to be smoking on that black maple hash rosin jam. Every time I open this, I'm just like, damn, this shit smells so good. Also, how you doing, Skunky? How's it going, brother? Hope everybody had a great weekend. Oh, let's see. I know I said I had a little bit more in here still, but I kind of want to add some more. But we're not going to. I don't want to waste no more. So turn up the heat on this. I'm about to turn this bitch to 530. Oh shit, it's loading up. Alright, cheers, y'all. We're going to hit this, and then I'm going to do a quick summary of the show, and then talk about what we're doing next week. Upcoming stuff, and then we're out this bitch. Cheers. Cheers. Skunky Steve, I feel you, brother. I've actually really been I've been being kind of like weird about smoking bud that I didn't grow, just because like going through the process of growing your own and seeing and knowing everything about what you did, what you put in. You can see the whole process, and then you fucking harvest it, and you dry it, and you smoke it. Like, I just don't have any interest in smoking other people's bud, man, really. Damn, I just talked so long I just let this burn up. Fuck. I'm about to reload that up. Hold on. Yeah, dispo doo-doo, huh? Well, I'm sorry, dude. Ooh, shit, son. It is about time to clean the focus view, though. Okay, so once again, guys, let's run it back from the top. Originally, we had 10 skunk number 1 seeds. We have 6 left. We got parent number 10, that's a female, short and stout, but gassy, no doubt. We got skunk number 1, parent 9, male, 1 or 2, relatively pretty vigorous growth, stem rub, really pungent with a mint smell. That was worth noting. Also worth noting that the new growth was very dense and compact, which can be seen towards the bottom on the right hand picture. We had parent number 8, which was a female, clearly bigger and more vigorous than parent 10. It had 10 nodes on the apical branch, which once again is the dominant branch, and there was a pretty low amount of foliage with a lot of a lot of bud sites. I said dab because somebody fucking on Discord, one of their names had dab in it. Then I saw the message on my phone. Fan leaves weren't too big. Stem rub, slight gas, nothing too major on the actual physical nose smell. Parent number 7, parent 7, dude. The tall motherfucker. This one right here, easily by far the tallest plant, the most vigorous plant, had the best internodal stacking, or just, look on the right hand side. In between each node there's a decent amount of space, and I guess I could have measured it, but I'll measure it and tell you guys in this next episode. But you can see it's not too, it's tall, but if you top it, you can control that and stuff. But this is natural morphology. I haven't topped it or nothing. I just have it in this 1-gallon pot, flipped it to flower, and she's loving life. Worth noting that it's super tall. Worth noting about this node spacing, because that's going to equal low foliage, not a lot of density, so better air circulation, less powdery mildew, less chances of unwanted insects or bad stuff. Also worth noting that the 2 other main branches that you can see down there are half the size of the apical branch, but those 2 branches are taller than every one but one of the other plants that I just showed you, and that are all the other skunk parents in general. So this one's just a really, it's a stretcher. It's tall. Not much on the stem rub, not much on the nose, so maybe it'll come, maybe it won't. This was pheno number 6. I call this the burnt rubber pheno because it smells like burnt rubber. Not the worst growth, not the tallest, not the shortest either. Pretty average, but the smell on it, gassy stem rub with a really burnt rubber smell. Honestly, when you grab a leaf and you rip one off, if you see, I've plucked off a couple that were looking wacky. once again, and then I was like, oh shit, crazy smell. Number 5, this one had a really zesty pepper smell, and that was really the number one thing about this one, and big fan leaf. So yeah, I thought there was another, so that's why that says that. Besides that, guys, that's all I got for you. I hope you guys all have a great night. The ZP strain, tester tree. Oh yeah, you're good, bro. It's all good. It's all good, man. One love, everybody. I hope you have a great day. I hope everybody's big chilling. I'm gonna try to kick it live with some people, or just maybe on YouTube or Instagram here soon. So be on the lookout for that. Might be random. Who knows? You never know what could happen in a random one. Maybe giveaway. What? What'd you say? Nothing. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, but never know. Come catch some live sometimes. I never know when I'm gonna go live. If I go live, you just fucking might see me pop up, do a couple dabs, and talk shit and dip out and shit. So yeah. What else? That's about it. I'm gonna go make some food. I'm gonna go chill. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody. Say what up to your family. Tell them you love them. And you already know you better smoke one. Smoke one for your boy. Have a great day, everybody. You already know it's Dab 30. I know we just took one, but I'm gonna go make some food and hit one. Ha! Peace.